Hello, KCI. It's Kate, and I am really, really excited to introduce you to Gregg Eilers, a good friend of mine and a practicing gamification human being at the Stanislaus County Office of Ed. So, Gregg, I'll let you introduce yourself and tell us more about your SCOE badge project or your SCOE badge project.
Okay, hi. Like Kate said, my name is Gregg Eilers, and I'm the project coordinator of educational technology here at the Stanislaus County Office of Education. And the SCOE badge project really launched 2 years ago or so, and we wanted to do something different, and we've been doing it for about 2 years, and it's really changed the way that professional development looks in our area. And so that's kind of what I'm here to talk about and kind of showcase what the positives were, as well as maybe some of the things that we would have done differently.
So why don't you give us background, Gregg, on what the SCOE badge project is, who it's for, kind of your role in it.
Yeah. So the SCOE badge project is for really anybody in education. We use it to kind of help frame some of our trainings that we do here out of our county office. But essentially, we wanted it open to really anybody in the world of education, whether you be an administrator, somebody that works in clerical staff, or obviously a teacher, paraprofessional, whatever, just a way for you to develop some of your skills in kind of this digital age that we're living in, understanding the importance of that, thinking of the SAMR model, like all of that type of stuff. What are some ways that we can support you in growing and being proficient in those types of skills? So that's really where it kind of stemmed from, as opposed to your typical sit and get, one size fits all type of learning that a lot of us have been used to for lots and lots of years. So.
Awesome. Okay, so knowing that this has been in place for a couple of years, what overall impact have you noticed in your local community? I mean, you and I chatted before, and you mentioned there are people all over the nation that are earning SCOE badges, which is incredible. So my question to you is, let's talk local. Let's talk about your people in Stanislaus and maybe some people throughout California.
Sure. So specifically how it's impacted some districts in our area is, for example, one district, Patterson Unified, is actually using badging as a way for not only their teachers to get better in what they do, but it's also a way for them to show credit, to where they can kind of go up on the pay scale. So they've negotiated that within their district to where now it's recognized by their district, and it's something that they see as a valid way to improve their craft. And so they have hours outside of school that teachers come and volunteer or give up their own time to learn, because they understand that these are kind of a credit, so to speak, to kind of to bring them up on the pay scale. And so that's been really effective, and lo and behold, we have a leadership board on our SCOE badge project, and their district is the leading
Go figure.
How that works. But what's cool about that is it's brought in people that wouldn't have necessarily done this type of learning, or understood kind of this gamified type of way to learn, to become better. And so I think that's been key for them, because they've interviewed teachers and we've gotten anecdotes from them, and that's what we've seen. We've seen teachers that are like, there's no way I would have done this before. So it's kind of really moved the needle in that sense for them to really see the need for this in their classrooms or wherever. So
to that end, do you have any case studies or stories of this type of gamified learning trickling down into the classroom?
Yeah, so there's a couple of ways we've seen this. Specifically, some teachers have kind of taken it upon themselves to maybe create their own student badging project for their students, to where students that are in a leadership team or a leadership type of club or so are starting to be the ones that are actually creating the criteria of what students need to know. And so they're kind of taking it upon themselves to vet the badges, with an advisory teacher. So that's where it's going. It's not completely there yet, but it's encouraging for us, because they're kind of taking a model that we've started with adult learners and bringing it down to the classroom. And then we also see it happening to where teachers are using like a professional learning management system or an LMS, to where they're using a closed badge type of system, to where they're giving badges out for character traits or just different things that they want to see students pay more attention to. And they've got something specific that they can point to going, yes, I've mastered this, or I'm showing improvement in that. And it is kind of that gamified type of learning, to where they can see something specific that's showcasing that. So that's kind of how we've seen it trickle down into schools and districts in our area, which is kind of blowing our minds. Really.
Well, and that's the piece that's really intriguing too, is like I mentioned to you before, the equity aspect of gamification and creating multiple entry points. Really, like you said before, and maybe you can expand on this, creating common vocabulary and common experiences across all different types of learners. So do you see an equity piece at play here?
Yeah, I mean, one area that we've kind of set up across, and it's not across all badges, but one sort of template that we've used in our digital badging project is kind of a levelized or stacked badging piece, to where level 1 is for those people that are just learning a specific tool or resource and seeing why it might fit, because essentially, a lot of times, like, teachers just need time to explore. Like, they need that kind of reason why they should look into utilizing this. Why would this make them a better teacher compared to the stuff that they've been doing for 20 years? Because we hear that all the time, right? I've been doing it for 20 years.
And it's working, and why would I just,
Exactly. So that's kind of your entry point, or kind of basic level, your level 1, so to speak. Level 2 is more, okay, now let's create something. Let's make something that's going to be usable, whether it be tomorrow in a lesson that you want to use, or it's something that you're going to use with your staff if you're an admin. To where now it's something you've created using a Google Doc or an Office 365 form or whatever it might be, to where it's something that you can literally use at some point in your professional environment. And then level 3 is, okay, now see how are your users utilizing this? What are they using it for? How is it making them apply something that you're trying to learn with a learning objective in mind, or whatever it might be? What did they submit? What are you seeing come back? And so that's kind of across all levels, and some people are ready for that level 2. Some people just need to dabble in that level 1 for a while until they get used to that. So
love it. Love that embedded choice too. Okay, so let's talk for a moment about some of the most impactful game mechanics. And to my KCI audience out there, I will be giving you a lot of links so that you can understand and start to explore what game mechanics are in general. But my question for you, Gregg, is what are ones that you have found to be really impactful for learning?
Yeah, so I think I kind of jumped ahead there. I just mentioned kind of our levelized.
No, it's great.
So that's kind of one game mechanic that we've used. But one thing that's kind of been really successful, and we know how competitive educators are. We've made like a leaderboard to where we showed the top 25 badge earners that have participated in the SCOE badge project. And so we've set up that list of 25, and so people can see that on our website and see where they're at, if they've made the top 25, or who that
interesting
up there that they might want to take down and like go up.
Interesting.
That's right. So we've seen some fun. In fact, real quick story. There was a lady that again, this was one of the people that was totally against like doing digital badging. She just wasn't into it and didn't see the goal or the purpose. And she eventually caught on and saw the leaderboard, and she's like, "Ooh, this is speaking my language." Now, saw this number 1 person up on the board. She came to our ETC conference, wanted to know who this guy was because he was in attendance there.
Wow.
Really wanted to hunt him down. To be honest. But that made it live for her. That made it real.
Yeah.
To where now she's got something to work towards. Because she's seen what other people are already doing.
Yeah.
So that was kind of funny. So that's
cool.
A cool little thing. And so we've got that going, and then also within the leaderboard, we also have our district's leaderboard as well. So other districts can kind of see where other districts are at and how this is, benefiting them or making their educators a little bit more prepared when thinking about using whatever it is that they're wanting to learn in the classroom or their learning environment. So those are a couple of game mechanics that we've injected. We've also kind of gamified it to where the badges represent. We do a raffle every month and a half, so that badge is going to represent like your name in the hat, however many times you've earned a badge. And so when we hold these raffles, if you've badged up 10 times, your name.
It's like 10 tickets, like 10 little tickets in the bucket, right?
Exactly right.
And can you tell the audience like where you get your prizes? Because that is one of the most intriguing aspects of your badge project.
Yeah, this is something that we're really proud of. And again, when we started thinking about the SCOE badge project and how that was going to look in our community, we knew that our specific or general, person that was going to be involving themselves in this, they might not always want necessarily something for their classroom. As cool as that might be, we wanted it to be a little bit different to where it's celebrating them as an adult. Really, that's what it was. And so we said, we're going to go out and we're going to find people that want to support education, number one, and number two, how are we going to do this to where it looks different, to where they can get something for themselves. So, for example, like we've partnered with Gallo. Gallo's right in our backyard, and so we've got a big Gallo Performing Arts that has events all the time going on. So they'll donate pairs of tickets and a bottle of wine, and so that goes into kind of our kitty to kind of raffle off. And so people are like, ooh, I can win a night out with the honey and do something like that for fun because I'm learning and becoming more prepared to get better as an educator. So that's kind of been a really neat thing because it's connected us with our community, but also them connecting to where they feel they can sort of give back or just support education. Because what we found is they want to support education, it's just they don't always know how.
Right.
And it's not always just throwing money. It's something they want to donate, something that's going to be practical. So we've got Gallo that's supporting us. We've got a big I don't know if you've heard of 511 Tactical, but they donate these incredible backpacks that are like $200 backpacks. Wow. They've given out 24 backpacks to raffle off throughout the year. So do the math. I mean, that's a lot of Skrilla that they've donated towards this type of thing. And so that's been really special for us to see people seeing the value of this, and also being able to support educators in our area. So.
And celebrate them, right? I mean, that's the other thing too, is like it's all fun. It's like celebrating every step of the learning process with them. Okay, so to wrap up, what is your one tip for someone who's like listening and is all like, they are intrigued, they are interested in gamifying their instruction? What's the tip that you're going to give them?
I think the tip would be know your audience, know who your users are going to be, because the last thing you want to do is like put all your effort into creating this amazing type of gamified type of environment, and then you've got one or two users that are interested, and maybe that grows over time. But the idea is that you've prepared something that's going to be relevant and useful for them to dive into, like when you launch it, like at go time, at green light. So just know who they are, and the reason I say that is at the very beginning of all this, we invited kind of all of our tech coaches and kind of curriculum developers to be a part of, like, hey, we're going to launch this badging program. How is this going to fit in what you guys do across districts? And so they brought in their input, and we kind of took that in and said, okay, we're going to craft this according to what they need and tailor it to them, so they feel like they can use it, right?
Yeah.
So just know who your user is and how it's going to be beneficial to them.
Perfect.
So that's my one tip.
And all right, back to you, KCI people. If you are choosing to complete this Playtime activity for our course, I'm going to invite you to actually head into the SCOE badge project and earn a badge and see how it feels and notice the workflow. And so anyways, just know that Gregg's there on the other side, and he's a real human being, really making these activities for you to do some real human learning. So thank you so much, Gregg. I really appreciate it. You're awesome. And I guess, internet high five. Can we do that? Can we do that? High five. Cool.
My pleasure.
All right, guys. We'll see you later. Bye.